So a sexless marriage is the ultimate act of cruelty from a wife. It's the ultimate act of cruelty because we absolutely know the most important thing to a man in his marriage is sex with his wife. It's how he expresses love. It's how he feels loved and cared for. It's how he feels respected. It's how he feels like a man. And as women, we know that. So it's the ultimate act of cruelty because it's a conscious and deliberate act to strip a man of his sense of being a man. It shows the deepest cruelty and wickedness of our woman ways in a relationship with a good man. And no matter what excuse or all the excuses given, women need to be honest with ourselves that they are just excuses. There's no validity in those excuses to not have sex and withhold sex at all, let alone to an extreme of your marriage being considered a sexless marriage. Because I was in it, for the women listening, you can pretend all day that you're justified and believe in your excuses, but underneath, you know what you're doing is wrong to your husband. You know it's a big problem and that it's not okay. So we have to come out from under the story. I tried to make it look like I was working on it by reading books, by going to therapy, talking about it with my husband. But again, that was a way to justify where I was and not feel like a horrible person. The really vulnerable part in all of this was having to see the truth. Is that at the beginning, this is conscious and deliberate. It's the stories we create that allow us to cloud the deliberateness of what we are doing underneath the story, underneath the facade. The truth I had to see, and the truth I hope other women can see, and the truth I want good men to know, so you can break out of the cognitive dissonance of buying into the excuses. The truth was that I wanted to take away every last drop of my husband feeling like a man so that I had full control in the relationship. That's why, as women, we want it, and why we consciously and deliberately do it and create a sexless marriage is for the control. And if we buy into our own excuses, we'll never get to that truth, and we can never change, and we'll continue to destroy our husbands and destroy our marriages. What is interwoven in a sexless marriage is the gaslighting. In withholding sex to that extreme of a marriage being sexless, we make our husbands doubt themselves. We make them doubt that it's reasonable for his wife to have regular sex with him, that maybe he's way off base in that. And we make our husbands believe that it is unreasonable for them to ask for sex and that it is an unfair request. And in that, we make men feel that they are Neanderthals. We make them feel that they are immature. I have had some men share with me that their wives say something along the lines of, it's normal. All marriages get to this point where you don't have sex anymore. It's just part of getting older, like, and a marriage maturing. We don't have to have sex. And then good men wrapped into that gaslighting, not being able to see the truth, believe that and think there must be something wrong with them. I want to share some work from a former student of how his wife gaslighting him around sex and her not wanting to have sex, what it made him believe, because this is how other good men feel, and it's important to know you're not alone and that this is the experience, so it normalizes it so that you can begin to heal and see the reality and make choices for yourself in your marriage. This is a very high level man, and just your day-to-day good man, loves his wife even in the challenges that they have had. And he shares, I view my high drive sexuality as a problem and that I'm abnormal for having it. I view my desires for variety as also being abnormal. I constantly try to suppress my desires for my wife so that I don't cause her to label me as a childish man. In her view, not asking for sex is a sign of maturity, that the longer we go without it, the more mature I become. Yet for me, it's the more emasculated and sexually frustrated I become. That's the result of the gaslighting of what we do to make a man feel that he's unreasonable for wanting sex. You need to know it is reasonable for your wife to have regular sex with you and enjoy regular sex. Of course, you can't make her or change what she's doing, but part of coming out of the gaslighting is to know what's reasonable, so you know you're not crazy, and that what you expect and thought marriage would be is what it should be. That's sex is part of a healthy marriage. Regular sex is part of a healthy marriage. And not having regular sex is a sign of a very unhealthy marriage. Hello again, and thank you for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And in this course, you will learn how to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you are empowered to be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and in your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take your power back that you've unknowingly given away to your wife, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. This course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence as a good man so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. You can also find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Thank you again, and I will see you all soon.